Dancing in the street, exercising, or just practicing a bit of singing. I went down to Bromsgrove Day of Kindness to find out exactly what this was all about.
This is all about bringing that little bit of power into us, get together and actually feel love and feel a part of our communities, a part of each other. Really well over the years. There's a lot of people here today, as you can see, and started off with just me walking down this high street on my own in 2005.
Squat rack and press is another really good fat burning exercise incorporated in all of the 37 exercises.
It reminded me so much of the loving community that I came from back at home. It brought a tear to my eye.
Stick demonstration now. Okay, and here's how to deal with pesky journalists who's coming close. Just tap on the hand like that. So little tap on the hand like that.
And back here out on the street, there were singing lessons. Although I wasn't quite sure who was teaching who.
I was prompted years ago, wanted to become a healer, spiritual healing, if you're aware of that, which I did. Developed my own gift as a healer, and then very quickly realised that music would be a powerful medium to transmit healing energy. So then I started combining music and healing.
One of the great people I met that day was Nick Ashron, spiritual healer and artist extraordinaire.
Then as my journey continued, I was being told that I had a gift to be able to channel spirit through art. And subsequently I became a psychic artist, so now I combine being a psychic artist with being a musician. Psychic artist basically means that I'm working as a channel in the same way that a medium or a psychic does, but through art. I'm able to actually draw what people call their spirit guide helpers. That's been one of my main occupations. Now, a lot of people talk about being spiritual, but few people actually understand what it really means. Some people think you're talking about religion, but spirituality is actually based on one very simple principle, as far as I'm concerned, which is that we're all one and we're all connected, so that whatever we do affects everything else. Now, that's a pretty awesome concept, because that indicates that actually we're really, really powerful in our own right as creators. But the problem is that most people feel disempowered, and because we're predominantly being bombarded through the media and television with fear, 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 people walk around being in fear and feeling disempowered, not realizing that that energy is also going to keep affecting everything else. When we generate positivity, we are affecting all of reality. Now, that might sound a bit bizarre to a lot of people, but this concept is now even understood by scientists in quantum physics. They call it the holographic universe. And the concept behind that is that even the minutest, tiniest little particle contains all of existence and is one with it. Therefore, we, if you think of us as a singular unit of being, whatever energy we create affects everything else. So that's pretty awesome. That's pretty powerful. I've got my own website, which is nickashron.com, and then I've also got a website, Lightworkers Guide to the Galaxy.
Walking around the street, I met a number of interesting people. Elliot, for example, had built a pyramid in his garden and was healing old people with it.
Myself, I've built a pyramid in my garden. I've got people coming around. I've got an old lady. I get home from work and there's a few old ladies sitting in my pyramid, and they get out and they say, "Oh, I feel all dizzy," and then they've got tears in their eyes because one lady had completely lost all the pain out of her hands, holding an amethyst purple crystal, which is a chakra, crown chakra. And I told her to hold it whenever she's in there, and now she seems to have lost all the pain in her hands. And if there's anybody out there who wants a chill out pyramid for meditation, clear your mind, intention is everything, you know, wake up every morning feeling like you've just passed your test.
Elliot had channeled the construction for his pyramid from the upper dimensions, so I went on to find out what the Buddhists had to say about all this.
Just tell us a few things about Nam-myoho-renge Kyo.
Well, basically, it brings us back in line with the universe, okay? It's our Buddhist chant, which we're part of the Nichiren Buddhism Society, Nichiren Buddhism, and that's basically, we're aiming for world peace and for happiness in our community. And by chanting Nam-myoho-renge Kyo, we bring the positive forces of the universe into play and create value and benefits in society and in our own lives. If you start to chant, you then take control of your own life and your own destiny, you expiate your own karma, and you therefore can sack your boss if you want to. You end up working for yourself. Whatever you choose, whatever you want from life, you chant for it, choose it and have it. Sack your boss. I like that.
And so do I, yes. But could it really be that easy? I went on to talk to Jules, a yoga laughter teacher, who had some ideas about how she was going to spread kindness today.
I'm Jules, and I'm a laughter yoga leader. But what I'm doing today is I'm spreading the news about the day, really. Phil started this fantastic day 7 years ago, and this is the first time I've been involved. And I've just had a lovely, lovely lady come here to actually sign the Book of Kindness. And she wanted to know what it was about, and I said it's about just thinking about who are you kind to? And then I said to her, are you actually kind to yourself? Because most people think that being kind means doing something for somebody else. Well, yes, it does, but sometimes we forget about the most important person, and that's us. And then she actually got quite emotional, and she said, well, I have nobody, I'm on my own. So I hugged myself. So obviously I gave her a big hug, and she's had quite a lot of hugs from other people and other stall holders down here, which is wonderful. And she really connected with that. And so we wrote in the book that she's kind to herself every day, and that she gives herself a hug every day. And of course that made us even more emotional, so, you know, it gave her another big hug. So, you know, just touching that one person today has been enough to be here, just to spread the message that Phil started 7 years ago. So it's just wonderful.
Laughter yoga is about laughing for absolutely no reason whatsoever. It's to raise your energetic vibration and make you feel really, really good.
So it's taking some time every day now to think about what it is that you've got in your life that you can really appreciate.
In the street, the party was coming to a climax. Everyone was letting loose. Well, almost everyone.
Everybody say party! Say party! Say party!
Yeah, basically I'm here to promote the website Blogger Kid, to highlight all the energy prices and the deception of the prices we live with and the high energy bills.
Not everything in the day was fun and games. A guy from the Independent Energy Trust explained to us why.
I don't think the pricing's fair, and what we need is a change within the pricing infrastructure throughout the entire country. The pricing's absolutely ridiculous. It's high. It's probably going to go up to about £2,000 per household by October of 2012. It will have such an impact on the elderly, especially at winter, because they can't afford to heat the homes. Just about a monopolised system, which does need capping and brought down before we have probably a problem, like people going into poverty, debt, struggling to pay the bills, getting cut off. You've got homes, children, and it's a question of to what extreme do we keep paying. And a website blog which I've set up, which is the Independent Energy Trust, which can be found on the Independent Energy Trust at wordpress.com.
He was right. Energy bills were going up, and people were having less and less money to spend. There was a distinct feeling of unrest underneath all the excitement and fun. No one really seemed to have a viable solution either. It was at that moment that I bumped into Vicky, who runs an organisation called Truth Juice.
I do event organising. We run Truth Juice in Birmingham, and they're setting up all over the country, so event organising nationally, hopefully.
What's Truth Juice?
Truth Juice is an alternative talking event which covers anything that affects your physical, mental, spiritual, emotional or financial health. So we try and cover everything. It's been lovely to see people just going about their normal business and then seeing random acts of kindness. How nice. Just break up the day with good feeling and seeing people smile for no reason. And I also really enjoyed the music going through the street as well.
I'd had a really good day down at Bromsgrove Day of Kindness. It was great to see people dancing and sharing and doing things they wouldn't normally do. I felt that people had really come together through this event. And yet underneath it all, there was a distinct feeling of unrest brewing. It was only September, and the march into St. Paul's had yet to begin.
Down by St Paul's, there's a demonstration going on down there.
Okay, I might go and check that out then.
Right across. On my way in the underground to St Paul's, I bumped into a local samba band.
Occupying the London Stock Exchange and the samba band, and everybody crowds around us who give them lots of energy.
Make it happen, oh, we got to try somehow. Yeah, try.
We're going to protest.
But oh, we gotta turn it on its head, 'cause no one's really knowing quite where we are going or if we can loosen up today. Find a deeper understanding of that fellow man. Well, only if we try to find a way. What is it that we must do? Open up that point of view, not be complacent and say, okay, we're gonna have to reason and fight this whole world treason.
Sorry, what's going on here then today?
A demonstration against government cuts.
Demonstration against government cuts. Is that okay to go over there, or?
Yeah, you can get in if you want to.
Okay.
Make a brighter day, people need to make.
What are they actually doing here?
Protesting.
Oh, right, okay. What's the protest about?
Leave out the cuts that the government are making.
Oh, okay.
To make it happen, oh, come on and try somehow.
You've been here for a while, I saw you earlier.
To make it happen.
Oh, man, I only just arrived, I see. Yeah. Can I get through this way? Is that the way to go? Or?
You can go in here, yeah, no problem.
Yeah. The police seemed to think that the protests were all about the government cuts, but I asked the protesters to see why they thought they might be there.
I think the general feel there is we want our money back approach because, well, effectively everybody feels ripped off by the banks, I suppose. But a lot of people are looking at it as sort of a whole general approach to the structure of Western society at the moment. I think, especially in London, it's felt that a lot of people are distant from where the real decisions are made. It's bringing down the pillars of capitalism.
The Occupy movement is global. There are lots of different types of people who, all feel the same way. The same way, either let down or angry, or feel like they're in actually a situation where they might be able to do something about it.
I mean, the financial system is international. There's no such thing as like a nation-state economy anymore. So it has to happen internationally if we're going to bring about change.
There needs to be some form of imposed limit on banks, on corporations to a great degree. I think tax dodging is a massive problem, especially with a lot of businesses that are big in London. There needs to be tighter control on that to begin with. Some form of limit on what is effectively a lobbying process on Parliament as well.
Stop a second, listen to ourselves, 'cause the war has gone. Sometimes I forget the reasons why we are here where we are.
The Samba Band arrived in St. Paul's and did indeed bring its energy to the people. They even brought a smile to a few of the police officers' faces. There was a general feeling of happiness in the air, much like that I had experienced at the Day of Kindness in Bromsgrove just weeks earlier. So many people had gathered together to see if collectively they could not make a change to this world. If not for ourselves, then for our children.
Participatory democracy is a system in which people vote in collective gatherings in order to decide their fate and maximize collective liberty.
We are all part of this movement! Part of this movement!
It's a model for a new society. It's not a protest in the sense of being against something.
It's about people making things happen rather than expecting someone else to take care.
I think a lot of people are very confused because they're starting to wonder why it is controlled from people that don't actually stay on the camp. Loads of people make decisions and vote rules and then clear off site. Who are these people? Why are they making rules? Where's the donation money going? Why is the community kitchen closed at midnight? Is this just a media showcase?
We amplify each other's voices! So we can hear one another.
All that is going to be another Crown-controlled monetary system with another set of rules behind it. Everything else that's gone on, more statutes and acts are going to be behind that. The Robin Hood tax that they want to enforce, it's all just for your own enslavement.
The process is meant so you can be empowered. So you can be empowered
to go to your own communities. Wherever you are.
And people think they're doing a good thing and voting this stuff in because they're doing it from the heart. They don't actually see how deep this deception is. So they're letting the people that are organising it, making the rules, and then there's a load of people voting it in, and they don't know what is about to come with this new monetary system that the banking elites want to offer them. It's crazy, but it's so obvious to see.
All over the world there are small countries practicing outright nationalism, but they are all beholden internationally to the monetary system, to the internet, the IMF and the World Bank.